Last time we peeled back a layer of the illusion, but what if I told you even that awakening was predicted, calculated, absorbed by the system itself? Would make you say, in the Matrix, what looks like a rebellion is actually a masterstroke of control. And the deeper that you dig, the more you start to see the same pattern in our own world. Not just in governments or media, but in how belief itself is used to trap us. And in this video, we're going deep, not into code and kung fu, but into cycles, illusions, and the terrifying possibility that even your freedom might be scripted. You see, most people see The Matrix as just a sci-fi flick with leather jackets and slow-motion kung fu. But beneath the action, there's something much more profound. Something spiritual, philosophical, and hauntingly relevant. The Matrix isn't just a movie about machines controlling humans. It's about belief systems controlling our sense of reality. How many of you remember that scene in The Matrix Reloaded where Neo meets the architect? The cold, calculating mind behind the simulation. One of my favorite scenes in all of movie history. And the bombshell that he drops is this: Zion, humanity's so-called last hope, has been destroyed 5 times before. So Neo really isn't the first one. He's the 6th one. And the rebellion, the resistance, well, it's all been part of the plan from the beginning. Now, here's where it gets crazy. The Matrix doesn't fear your awakening. Oh, no. It expects it. It has built-in structures to catch those who question, who rebel. It's like a digital shepherd guiding every lost sheep right back into the fold. Liz Cross, who I've had on my channel before, in her Mind Probe sessions, tapped into something even deeper. And her conversations with Source revealed that the universe itself is designed as a cosmic game between the forces of light and dark. Not a game in the trivial sense, but in the sacred, ancient sense of a soul-level challenge. So from the very beginning, the board has been set. The players move, and the illusion of chaos unfolds, perfectly orchestrated. And that idea that everything is part of a grand design shows up in scripture too. Ecclesiastes says, "There is nothing new under the sun." And philosophers like Plato, can say that name, he spoke of the cave where shadows on the wall become reality to those who never step outside. And in Buddhism, the world is Maya, or illusion, layers upon layers, all keeping you distracted from the truth. The Matrix is that illusion. But here's the gut punch. So is Zion. So is the rebellion. The system isn't trying to stop rebellion. No. It manufactures it. It builds pressure valves like Zion so dissenters can be collected, managed, and eliminated all in one clean sweep. And this is something that I really didn't know until I went back and watched the Matrix movies again and again. And even still, I had to have a talk with ChatGPT to figure these things out. Now, the one, Neo isn't the glitch. He's the variable the machines expect. His purpose is to gather the awakened ones, lead them to Zion, and hand them over, unknowingly, to their reset. Now think about that. It's like herding sheep into a pen labeled freedom, only to find the slaughterhouse at the end. And you know what makes it worse? The people in Zion think they're free. That's the perfect illusion, convincing the rebel that they've escaped when in fact they're still inside. And that's how the system keeps winning. And that's why you can't break free. Liz Cross's Mind Probe session suggests that the universe was designed to be this way. I talked about it a couple of videos ago. But the suffering, the injustice, the cycles of war and peace, it's not broken. It's functioning just as they intended to. We cry out that the world is unfair, that it's rigged, and we're right. But the twist, it was always supposed to be rigged. That's what people don't get. From a soul level, yeah, it's a game. It's not a joke, not a mistake, a setup. We incarnate knowing the risks, and perhaps the greatest trick of the Matrix is convincing us that we are the victims of a system that we volunteered to enter. It's not a soul trap. We agreed to be here. So what do? Well, let me tell you this. Neo, when he meets the architect and is offered a choice, what does he do? He returns to the source and reboots the Matrix. Or he goes back, tries to save Zion and break the cycle. So every previous one chose the safe route. They played their part and they reset the system. But Neo, he's a little bit different. He chooses chaos. Of course, what would the movie be without it? He chooses love. He chooses Trinity. And that moment isn't just for romance. It's revolutionary. Because for the first time, someone breaks the script. He doesn't follow logic. He doesn't follow duty. He follows something human, unpredictable. And that's what makes him dangerous. Not his power, but his refusal to conform. And that, friends, is the real red pill. It's not just seeing the system for what it is, it's choosing not to play by its rules. There's a story in the Bible. Jesus in the wilderness. Satan shows him the kingdoms of the world and offers them to him if he just bows. But Jesus refuses. He doesn't take the bait, and he walks away. It's like the Buddha leaving his palace to sit under the Bodhi tree. He rejects comfort, rejects illusion, and that's what breaking the Matrix looks like. The true rebellion isn't about fighting the system. It's about not needing it at all. It's about walking away from it. So ask yourself, what game are you playing? Are you playing the game of politics? Are you caught up watching CNN? I see people all the time discussing politics. Where is it getting them? What about the game of career, of identity, of rebellion? What if the only way to play the game is not to play it at all? What if the only way to win is not to play in the first place? And maybe, like Liz Cross revealed, maybe this whole experience is about learning that one simple truth. That freedom isn't about defeating the system. It's about stepping outside of it. Like Buddha walking into the forest. Like Christ refusing the kingdoms. Like Neo saying no. Because when you stop playing, the game loses its power. So how many times has your Zion been destroyed? How many times have you believed you were awake only to find another layer of illusion? And more importantly, what will you choose this time?